Okay, we start. Good, so welcome everybody. And this is a beautiful subject called how to protect the aura. But it's very, very involved subject actually, because the tendency is to think about the aura like we think about life, like we think about enemies, like we think about that there is me and there is life out there and I need to protect myself from life. So before we go to how to protect the aura, we have to establish a few basic understanding of who am I and where is the world. Yeah, because the classical way of connecting to the world at the moment is ego-based. There's me and there's life out there and I need to protect myself from life. That's in medicine, so we protect from viruses, bacteria, and we kill the virus, we kill the bacteria, so we are okay. When we clean the toilet, we put like bleach to kill the viruses. We want to kill everything outside so we are okay. We want to kill the enemy. We want to make sure that outside is not harming the inside. Okay? But it's not really like this. And, I'm from Israel and obviously I'm very affected by what's happening not only in Israel and in Gaza and all the violence. And that's just another example of like the enemy is outside and I'm protecting from inside. It doesn't work. It will never work. And as long as humanity doesn't change its way of thinking, things will continue this way. So when we are talking about how to protect the aura, we have to realize that actually it's not about protecting, it's about more uniting with life. The real protection against enemy, you can say, this is the end of this lecture, is love. Yeah, when you love, when you're united, you don't need to protect. You need to flow, you need to be in harmony, and you recognize the other as part of you. But we'll get to that later. Like we have skin, we have aura. Yeah? Aura is the energy aspect of our skin, you can say, or energy aspect of our being. So obviously, if the skin will not be, we cannot live. And we know that people who get burned, if it's really severe burning, they die. Yeah, because there is no protection. They can get infected easy. So obviously the aura as well is a form of protection. So as we're going through this lecture, we'll try to understand what's between love, which is I'm completely open, and what's between some kind of protection that I'm not receiving everything, because it's true that there are viruses and there are also energy viruses, I'm going to talk a bit later, that we have to protect ourselves from. So really the trick is how do I stay open and how do I protect in the same time. So that's where we are and let's go for it. But the first thing, before we know how to protect the aura, we need to know how to recognize the aura. How do I know that I do have aura? Because I'm sure you've seen, and if you are been studying with me, we talked a lot about the aura, and we connected to the aura, and most people acknowledge there is aura. But let's say for the wide public, aura is all these colors around the body, which some people see and some people don't see. But from teaching many, many people, I've seen that actually most people can connect and recognize the aura, even if they don't pay attention or they cannot recognize the colors. So let's first establish a connection with our aura. So let's do it like more in a guided visualization or meditation. And let's connect first of all to our skin. Yeah, so most of us can feel the skin, either the whole body or parts of the body. So try to connect. And just feel your skin. Any part. If it's difficult for you to feel the skin in the whole body, just choose a part of the body that it's easier to feel. Usually the hands, the fingers, it's easier because we have more neurological connection with the brain. Okay? And now I'm talking for those that are not usually feeling the aura or connecting to the aura. Those of you who have already connected, so you know it's no problem. But if you didn't, so let's do it step by step. So let's connect to the hands and just to the skin of the hands, the fingers, if you can, the arms, the forearms. And now, see if you can feel that your skin is alive. It's moving. It's vibrating. This is life. This is the beauty, because life is vibrating actually everywhere. And this is part of what we're dealing here today, is the vibration of life. And the realization that this vibration doesn't stop in my skin. It doesn't stop in my head. Actually, it doesn't stop anywhere. Vibration is forever. And if people can realize that and vibrate together, then there will not be wars on this planet. Yeah. So recognizing the aura is a step for world peace. Okay, so we're recognizing first vibration in the skin. I just had an image that in the United Nations they'll do this meditation connecting to the vibration and to the aura. Then people will not fight with each other so much. Okay. And then after we're clear about the vibration of the skin, let's ask ourselves if our skin is made from a plastic bag. Obviously, it's not. It's not made from rubber as well. It's alive. Can you feel that your skin is alive? It's not a plastic bag that doesn't decompose forever. It's organic. It's vibrating. It's natural. That's why obviously it doesn't stop the sensation, because it's part of the environment. Okay? So if you're aware that your skin is breathing and alive, then we start to expand our awareness outside the skin. And you see that the life of the skin is actually vibrating a bit outwards. As if, I always compare it to boxing gloves, yeah, that you're wearing something big around your hands, and you feel that those gloves are alive. Yes, so the life is not only in the skin, is also around the skin. You're vibrating. So if you're aware that your hands are vibrating, are projecting life, energy, vibration, colors, warmth, temperature, this is the aura, okay? So now when you're clear about this sensation and you know, oh, I can feel my aura, now you can see, maybe you can feel it more as colors, maybe you feel it more as sensation, temperature, images, knowing. There are different ways of connecting with energy. Find your own. Don't look for colors if you feel sensation. Don't look for sensation if you see colors. Yeah, just maybe you see and feel everything. That's all cool. Now try to expand this awareness that you got around your fingers and your hands to the whole body. And the same sensation you feel around your hands, see if you can pay attention and be clear that actually your whole body is vibrating. The whole body vibrates. Oh, there was no sound on Facebook. Now there is. Okay. I just write. Okay, we continue. Okay, so now when we have the vibration around the skin, all over the body, we continue. And now let's see and check how far is the vibration from the body. Is it very close to the body? Is it far away from the body? How far is the vibration from the body? Next, or further away, there's another quality. Okay, so this is our aura. Now the point is that when we want to protect the aura, we need to know what is the state of our aura. Now we can recognize it, but now let's check, is it relaxed? Is it tight? Yeah? Is it thick or light? Is it dark colors or bright colors? What is the state of our aura? Then we know what's going on. So let's try to diagnose the state of our aura. So pay attention around your body. And now when you can recognize the aura, it doesn't mean that it's very expanded. Maybe it's quite close to the body, quite tight on the body. So pay attention. Now the aura is very much related to the breath. So always there'll be connection between your ability to breathe, light and deep and expanded, to the state of the aura. So just check for yourself. Do you feel that your aura expanded? Do you feel that your breathing is deep? Okay. So now, when we're recognizing what's going on with the aura, and normally, if we're not super happy and light and relaxed, the aura will be a bit tight, or very much tight. So check how is it for you. And again, like everything else, this is not time to judge. It's time to work and to expand. We always have to remember that expansion is available for us, wellness is available for us 24/7. We can always expand. If we're not expanded in our aura, normally we don't feel well, but this can change. Okay, so how do we expand the aura? We have to be present with the tension. So you widen your awareness until you recognize where the aura is a bit heavy, and then just stay there. Stay there quietly Be with that part of the aura that is a bit tight, and then it will dissolve. It's so beautiful, so simple, and it always works. No need to do any psychological gymnastic or psychological expansion or affirmation. Just be there and it will dissolve. And then you move further out, and then it'll be okay. Okay. As the aura starts to expand, we're feeling better. We start to relax more, yeah, and we're feeling better. It's very important to understand that the state of our aura doesn't have a separate life from who we are, yeah? So we don't really heal the aura. We're recognizing the imbalance in the aura, but really what we have to heal is the attitude of our mind, because the aura is just reflection of our mind. So nobody is oppressive, nobody is doing anything. It's just the state of our mind reflecting through our being, and in any way, and through the aura as well. If you analyze in a microscope a blood cell, when you feel your aura is tight, also the blood cell will be tight, and vice versa. I didn't know it, I didn't do this experiment, but I have no doubt that it's true. Okay, good. Okay, so now we have to talk a little bit, who are we protecting from? Where is the enemy? I talked a little bit about it in the beginning. But we have to recognize that the first enemy is is the mind, is our mind. Yeah? This is the first and the worst. Yeah? When this is sorted, the rest is easy to deal with. So it's very, very important to make a practice, habitual practice, and daily check how is my aura. And if it's tight, we release it. As well, it's very important to understand what are the tendencies, the psychological tendencies that are in the background of tight aura. Okay? So let's just take a minute for ourselves and just reflect for ourselves what pulls me in, what kind of psychological tendencies actually I need to protect myself against myself. Do I get easy nervous? Do I get easily anxious? Do I feel that the world is against me? Do I feel not safe in the world? Do I feel that life is not stable? And many, many other psychological tendencies. And I just make a small exercise and take your favorite psychological tendency, like I'm not good enough, or life is not safe, or nobody loves me. And just see the minute you introduce that attitude, you're shrinking. You feel tight, you feel heavy, you feel there is no space for you in life. And if now, it will be also in other aspects of our being, but if now we're going back and checking the aura, you see the aura is tight, and now we can open it again. So again, you use the same technique of being present with the tension, and it will start to open and open and open and expand. Okay? Good. So the main enemy is our mind. And it's important to understand that your mind is not you. Yeah? You are not the mind. Yeah? You are the space in which the mind operates. This is super important to human being to understand, maybe most important. Yeah? You are the space in which the mind operates. So if the mind thinks, I'm not good enough, or nobody loves me, or I don't feel safe in life, that's the mind thinks. It's not you. So we have to wake up and stop identify with this machine called the mind and give it so much power and prostrate to every thought it gives, it releases. Okay? Like this we can keep our aura intact, wide and comfortable. Okay, so but when we know that I have an idea how my aura is, how my mind is, so then it's a time to protect from the outside. Okay, we know that if we feel unwell psychologically, we can easily get ill. Okay, so the same, if our aura is not balanced, things can come in easier. What can come in? Okay, so what can come in, first of all, is the outside world. Yeah, like emotions of others. I'm sure that many of you been in a room and you felt, oh, I don't feel comfortable here. Or you've been with somebody and you said, oh, I don't feel comfortable with this person. Or many people have this expression, I feel like a sponge to the emotions of others. I cannot protect myself. This is very relevant because it relates to the state of your aura and your psychological state. Okay? So by default, we expanding our aura, always. And I always tell this story that I was in Gatwick, in this airport, one of London airport. And I was there standing, waiting for border control. And for 1 minute I said, I'd like to pay attention what the relationship between my aura and the environment. And I allow my aura to collapse. And then immediately I was bombarded and overwhelmed by all the tension, the anxiety, and all the emotion and the psychological tension that goes in people's mind. Yeah? And then consciously I expanded the aura and then I was fine. So this we do subconsciously, automatically, all the time. Yeah? If we are well in our being, we tend to expand our aura and we feel comfortable. If we are not well, the aura will collapse and then we don't feel comfortable at all. Okay? So if you have children, and you're working with children, it's so important to bring children the awareness of the aura so we can maintain our health much better. Okay? So being aware of the state of my aura is essential for well-being and for health. Okay. So when our mind is quiet, normally our aura will be okay, but as I said, there could be external influences. So if I feel that I am affected by others, first of all I have to check how is my aura. But if I feel my aura is fine, then I'm going further and checking what else can affect my aura. So here we're entering into spirits. So spirits are like a human being, but then don't have a human form. And many times they like to stay connected to a human being, to feel safe, to feed from the human being. Many times it's just a state of a spirit that didn't conclude its movement from a physical form to a light being, and in a way it stayed attached to the person. Many times it's not only a spirit, but an energy of somebody who died, usually family member, that left the body, but they are not in good term with their previous existence as a human being, and they supposed to move into the light, but they stay attached to the people. They're attached because there is unfinished business. They left with some anger, some frustration, some fear, some whatever, and their what we call the etheric body didn't leave completely it stays around, attached to the previous life. So this can also be a form of intrusion, we can say, on the aura or on our being as human on this planet. Okay. So it can be this type of family member or people who passed away, and can be a spirit that in a way take advantage of our being, and in a way living of our emotions, of our psychological tendencies, of our sexual fantasies, and in a way they try to induce us into those states for us to feed and to take advantage of that. Now, this is not to be afraid of, and not to be, oh my God, I'm possessed by a spirit. It's no problem, actually, those things. You know, once you recognize that there is that force working within you, you can just guide them back to the light. Sometimes it's not straightforward, and we need support of somebody else that will recognize that for us and support us in this transition, or support this transition of the spirit. But we don't need to get into this historical or cultural, oh, I'm possessed. It's not about that, you know. It's all easy to take care of. So if you feel that there is some energies, like I work with somebody, and she said that she feels that there is like a cloud or smoky energy inside her, and we did the process to release that. Okay, so if you feel something like this, just connect to that spirit and say, you know, time for us to separate, and you can continue your journey. The same holds for loved ones. You know, that somebody passed away, and it's normal to mourn for the loss. It's very normal and actually healthy. It's important, but sometimes, you know, it takes much more time and start to feel, no, I don't let go of that person. It's too much, and that's the time we have to realize that actually there is some connection that I still keep with the other person who passed away that I'm supposed to let go. Okay, so this also obviously affecting our psyche and affecting the aura. And then we have to make a process and to understand that this person who passed away needs to pass away and not to be held by us and by their ethereal body together, so we cannot separate and they can go on journey. When you're releasing spirits, when you're releasing a loved one, love is essential. Yeah, because really what moves the whole world and what creates a lot of problems is our need for love. So also those who passed away, obviously, if they didn't do it in a harmonious way, in a loving way, it can create a lot of tension and can prevent them from continuing their journey. So when somebody is about to pass away, we need to support them with love so they can feel safe in this transition. And that's relate very much as well to the aura, because the interference will be as well in the aura. Okay? Let's just take a minute and check our aura. Check for yourself. How do we check the aura? How do we check if our aura is intact? You know, I can only share the way I do it. It's not their way, but it's my way. Maybe for you it will be different. The way I do it, I visualize that I'm supposed to have, you know, a balanced aura or energy space around me. And I'm just moving my awareness through that space to see if it's harmonious. They're all around if it's harmonious. Let's do it and see for yourself. Okay. So if you find, let's say maybe for yours is perfect, but let's say I'm checking my aura, okay? So I'm feeling very clear that the upper part is very well, but the lower part, especially the left leg, if I'm assuming this should be like an egg shape, it's a bit wobbly, okay? So check for yourself. Sometimes people say, I feel I have a hole in the aura, or I feel it's not intact, or one side is bigger, the other side is smaller, etc. So bring your awareness, okay? And then check. Where you find some imbalance, just stay there. But don't lose the awareness of the rest of the aura. Stay connected to the whole aura and be aware of the area that is a little bit wobbly. Yeah? And then you'll see that slowly, that area is mending and you feel more whole. Okay, let's take a minute for this. And like always in this meditative state, you know that things getting better because you feel more relaxed, you feel more comfortable, you feel more spacious, you feel your breathing is relaxing. All those are indication that what's happening is good. Okay. Now this brings us to the next subject, which is where does our aura ends? Okay. So let's just check for ourselves. Okay. Let's start as we started earlier with the skin. And then let's say I'm connecting to my first or the first layer of my aura. And you don't need to know exactly where it is. You just say I'm connecting to the first layer, and your system automatically will find the first layer and will present it for you. For you, it's for your senses. And feel if the first layer feels comfortable. Do you feel quiet in the first layer? Then expand further out. I'm expanding to the second layer of the aura. See how is it there. Normally, from my personal experience and working with other people, normally as we going further out and further out, we feel more actually comfortable. Why is that? It's because as we're going further out, our being connect to a higher vibration. Yeah? As we are close to the body, it's a lower physical vibration that relates to our physical experience and relates to our psychological tendencies that sometimes they are not very good. Okay? Very good. Now expand further out. If you see color, the color will be more beautiful or lighter, maybe not beautiful, but lighter. If you sense sensation, then you feel more peace. Good. Then we go further out. Now, when we work with the aura, some people that didn't do this work before, they are afraid to go really far because there's a sense of I'm losing protection. But that's exactly what we're talking about. Who do I need to protect from? Okay? And when we're expanding, actually, we become more and more connecting to life, and we feel more comfortable, more in harmony. So let's expand further out and further out and further out, and let's expand to infinity. Okay, so basically we inviting the mind to expand to infinity. And now, when your mind is infinite, your aura will be infinite. And here we need to to be more clear what's happening between my aura as an ego person, like I have my body, I have my aura, it's true, and infinity. Okay? So actually, like the body and the skin is completely permeable and need to breathe, also the aura needs to breathe. So if you observe your aura and your opening, you'll see that it's become thinner and thinner and thinner, yeah? But then, when you go to infinity, you don't recognize a shape to the aura anymore, okay? So a healthy existence, I would say aura, but it's not the aura, it's an attitude. Healthy existence is when the infinite being and our aura and our physicality are completely breathing into each other, yeah? So we can say that our aura, let's say, you know, is X distance from us, yeah? And then there is infinity, but it doesn't stop breathing, yeah, and exchanging. So we're not made from plastic, yeah, we're made from energy, okay? And this energy must be exchanged constantly. Let's take a minute and try to recognize moving from your physical body outside slowly, recognizing your aura, yeah? And then as it dilutes more and more and more and more, you feel that actually you are as well infinite being and an aura being, yeah? And a physical being, but they don't stop, you know? It's complete continuation from something to nothing, and from nothing to something. A beautiful rhythmical flow. Just take a minute, let's feel that, that's so beautiful. Okay, and then it's very clear that what makes the aura shrink from that beautiful breathing is the ego identity. Yeah? So when we live with this default identity that I'm me and I stop in my skin, yeah, then the aura shrinks in. And when I feel a bit more comfortable, yeah, it starts to go a bit out, yeah, yeah. But normally, on a daily life, we don't live in an infinite attitude. We live in an ego attitude. We live small, we shrink, and when we add to it worries, anxieties, you know, and all what we deal with as human being, we shrink even more. That's why it's so important for us to develop awareness, a constant awareness to how is my aura, yeah? And if it's shrunk, we have to open it. We have to open it. And we have to re-establish that connection with the life force, with infinity, that it must breathe in harmony. Okay, as much as we do that, there'll be more peace on this planet, for sure, yeah? Because most humanity vibrates in a tight attitude. There's me and there's you, meaning my aura stop here, my needs stop here, yours there, and we can negotiate for my well-being, for your well-being, but we are not really exchanging in harmony. Okay? So as we live with infinite aura, then our mind and our heart will open up. Okay, so just to summarize, what I want to emphasize, yeah, that the most healthy way of being, to my understanding, is love. Okay? Because love is not romantic. Love is a state of being. When your heart is open and your mind is relaxed, you feel that you are breathing freely with life. You feel that you meet somebody, it's not an enemy, it's a friend, it's a brother and sister, yeah? And your heart is open to the other person. Okay? So it's very important to understand that love is a state of being that is the future of this planet. Okay? Infinite aura, open aura, is the future of this planet. This planet also has an aura. It's the atmosphere. Yeah, and it's been already damaged, very famous in the ozone layer. Yeah, but it's been damaged also psychologically by the way we think and the way we behave. So when we go back, mind and heart in peace, our aura open, then the vibration we're giving out and we're giving in to ourselves and we're giving out the vibration is powerful and it's inviting other people for unity. So just to conclude, yeah, I want to recommend to all of us at least once a day, I do it every morning, to check the state of our aura. And to understand that the state of the aura depends on my mind and on my heart. And if they are open and relaxed, I'm living as a radiant, infinite being and not as an anxious, limited, tight person. Because we're human beings, we have emotions, we have thoughts, we are interacting with life, and our aura will come very tight and very open. It's normal. But it's our duty to make sure we're opening it back. If we want to be, in service for ourselves, for our loved one, and for humanity, walking fearful, anxious, tight doesn't help anyone. Even in time when there are wars and people suffer a lot, we have to open up so we can be of service. So to summarize, stay with open heart, open mind, infinite aura. Yeah? That's the best contribution you can give to this planet.